Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmick. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. My name is Devon, and I will be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so we are going to do a divine counterpart reading today. I wasn't told that it was specifically for the masculine. If it ends up going in that direction, then I'll title it to make sure you know. But for right now, I'm just picking up divine counterparts. So I just heard it's an important time for counterparts right now. So that's part of the reason these messages are coming through so heavily. Okay, so we've got a few songs, so I'm going to read those. So I kept hearing the line in this song, it was one step closer. That just like kept playing on repeat. And that is from A Thousand Years by Christina Perry. And then we've got E.T. by Katy Perry featuring Kanye West. Make Me Better by Fabulous featuring Neo. And then there was one more that I heard to say as well. And that one is Lights Out by Chris Webby featuring Justina Valentine. So take those if they resonate. Yes, there's a lot going on in the energy today. Um, all right, let's see what wants to come through for the collective. It's funny, I wasn't even sure if I was going to record today. My energy's been a little all over the place isn't the right word, but something interesting happened today that still processing, doing my best not to attach to in a very good way. Just whew. Um yeah. I might go into it on a different video. What has come out today? We've got appreciation. So, what I'm kind of hearing is you may be in this energy of really doing your best to embody that attitude of gratitude. And then I also heard appreciation for your person, for your counterpart. And so this could be the energy you're in, is just in that deep appreciation energy, um, which is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. It's a good place to be. What else? Okay, we've got adjacent possibilities, and I heard doors are opening up. Um, okay. Interesting. So for some of you, okay, there's been a vision that came through in the past couple readings, and it was of like a prop door. And I can see it from like both sides, and there's a feminine on this side and a masculine on this side, and it's like it's one of those doors where there's only one handle on the masculine side, but there's not on the feminine's. And then I saw the door open. So for some of you, you're either like at that point where you're getting ready to open the door, and for some of you, I'm being told that you did open the door. And then I heard you cracked it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay. And then we've got the journey card. So is this saying to take this journey? Okay, I'm hearing to allow yourself to embrace this journey. Um, and then we've got the thinking woman. Is this talking about feminine in this situation? And the sea. Interesting. hold on. Is this saying that they're worried? Okay, take this as it resonates. For some of you, you could be really in your head right now, thinking along the lines of like, this isn't real. So, is that what it is? Okay. Okay. So for some of you, something could have happened where you're kind of in your head now, thinking that it was too good to be true. It's not real. Something kind of along those lines. And the message is, I mean, what I'm hearing is it is real. And it's this message of like open the door all the way. Like allow yourself to fully open the door. And I'm gonna get some more on that. Open the door all the way. Wow. Okay. Huh. Okay. What is going on? All right. We've got man holding a heart, so I'm taking that as the masculine. Interesting. I didn't fully pick up like a hardcore feminine energy on this, on the thinking woman. Um, but maybe it is the feminine up in their head right now. Kind of overthinking it. And you could be too, because again, this is counterpart, so there's mirroring going on. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. For those of you, if you have reached out to your person, it may have kind of triggered some stuff. And that might be where this kind of like this deceit card is coming in, is there's a part of you thinking, like there's no way this can be real because something kind of triggered you to think that it's all in your head. For some of you, if you haven't reached out yet, if you're no contact completely, then I feel like this is the energy of kind of debating on opening that door, so to speak, because you're still worried if it's real or not. Um, but I mean, we've got the masculine holding their heart, and we've got caring connection. So I mean, it's here. It is here for you. So allow yourself to really fully walk through that door, really to kind of go that extra step, so to speak. Whether that's opening the door, whether that's walking through the door, something like that. Um, and I'm really picking up the message to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Is as scary as it may feel, allow yourself to be vulnerable because I feel like when you step into that space of being heart open and vulnerable, you're going to be very, very pleasantly surprised. Um, and then we've got the hostilities card that came out. And so this can be kind of that mental hostility energy coming back up and doing a lot of the negative thoughts, things like that. Is this external? No, it's internal. Okay. So, yeah, just be mindful of that if you're really kind of thinking that it's too good to be true, that type of an energy, just know that that is your thoughts kind of taking over. It's that ego mind, the parasite, the bitch voice, the inner critic. It's that side that's getting really, really loud because you're so close to taking this leap. And it's an energy of trying to keep you safe because going through that door is completely unknown. And so there's a part of you that's trying to keep you safe because in the ego mind, the known is safe. Even if it's miserable, the known is safe because you're still alive. And so when you walk through that door or you open that door, it's very unknown and that could potentially mean danger. I don't feel like you really have anything to worry about. This all tied up card came out, and what I feel like if there is something that appears on the surface to be a interference of some sort, a block of some sort, it's not as it appears on the surface. And what's coming through is like if you or your person are like in a committed relationship, something like that, um it there might be more going on behind the scenes than you are aware of. So just keep that in mind. Don't allow that to completely deter you from saying what you're being guided to say right now. You're intuitively being guided to communicate and to I just heard reconcile at this time for a reason. And then we've got community. What's going on with the community? Interesting. Did that just flip in reverse? Okay. Is that in reverse? Is that in reverse? That's in reverse. Okay. Um, what's going on with the community? Uh, I'm not picking up what the community card is really saying right now. Maybe there's something. No, I don't know. I'm not picking up what that is right now. Okay. We'll get back to it. I'm being told to read financial constraints in the reverse position, which is interesting. This is the first time this has come out in reverse. So, this card reversed portends an increase in the money about to come your way. The previous constrictions have broken open and there's a greater flow of money and other things. As more funds come in, you'll find that you have the freedom to take more risks and spend without the previous extreme precautions. The river of abundance is starting to flow your way. Always bring your consciousness to this and every aspect of your life. So something definitely shifted in the energy where your abundance is flowing. So if there was a block for some reason and then you did something different, it shifted that energy and is allowing more money to flow, which hooray for that. Okay. Is this talking about the old urgency or is this divine timing? The old urgency. Okay. So for some of you, if you've been having a lot of that urgency feeling, I feel like this is really coming through to let you know to kind of take a deep breath, pull into the now moment, and allow the guidance in. Stay in the present moment. If you're a feminine, do your best to stay in the present moment. Stay open and receptive. If you're a masculine, flip that. It's going to be staying in the moment, but also be very open and mindful to when it's time to take that divinely guided action. Still don't know what this community card is, Spirit. Okay, so I paused it to get a drink of water really quick, and when I did, I heard for the community card that you are shifting your energy to where you're really allowing that soul tribe community to come in. So there was something you did or shifted or healed within the past, like, I want to say like 24 hours, something in the energy shifted and now it's really allowing you to tap into this abundance energy and this community energy along with this caring connections energy. And I feel like, oh, for the masculine, that's really because you are tapping more into this heart space and that's what's allowing you to bring this through. For the feminine, that's going to be part of it too. That's when we're manifesting. really from that magnificent place. It's from the heart space. So, that would be for both. Yeah. Yeah, we've got the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra. The color is red. It sits in the middle of your chest, like the energy center sits here, in front of the heart space. And I am feeling that energy, that heart chakra energy flowing. Yeah, yeah. And then anxiety. And so, yeah, I feel like this is an energy of kind of being up in your head, stuck in your thoughts, um, and kind of worrying about I just heard worrying about adjacent possibilities. So worrying about all the things that could potentially get in the way of this connection or go wrong or something like that. Um, and the message there is to really remember to tap back into your heart space because I just heard again, your heart leads the way. So allow yourself when you're kind of finding yourself up in your thoughts, do your best to shift your attention and your energy into your heart space. Take a couple deep breaths and like listen to your heart space and then kind of go from there. Tap into the present moment. What's around you currently? How are you feeling in this now moment? What are you being guided to do or not to do in this now moment? Um, and that's really going to assist you to really anchor in this higher vibration that you're really shifting into. This is definitely a big energetic shift that I'm feeling in this energy, which is awesome. This is profound. Just just saying. Okay. We've got rest and rejuvenate. So yeah, definitely make sure that you're taking the time to amp up your self-care. Give yourself some time to just kind of sit with yourself, meditate. Um, you can do a walking meditation, um, journaling, something like that, to really kind of get some of those thoughts out, pull into the present moment, do some self-care. I just heard a spa day. So, something like that might be really beneficial for you right now. Um, yeah, because energetically, it's really like there's a big shift that's either taking place now or is about to. What else? So we've got broken heart. Okay. For some of you, something didn't go the way that you intended it going, and it's kind of got you in this broken heart energy. I'm not being shown what it is or what happened, so it's gonna vary for each of you. Um, what's the message there? What's the message with this broken heart energy? Okay, I stuck it on rest and rejuvenation, so that might help to shift through this energy. Um, for some of you, something happened that I'm being told isn't exactly what it seems, or there was like an expectation of something that didn't fully go the way that you were intending. Something like that, but I'm kind of getting the energy of like it's not, how can I say that? Hmm. There's more to it, something like that. It's kind of blocked a little bit, so we'll see if more comes out about it. Okay, we've got the third chakra, which is the solar plexus, and that sits right around the belly button. The color's yellow. That's the seat of willpower and confidence. And then we've got indecision. And so that's interesting because this indecision card was coming out in reverse and now it's upright again. So maybe there's something that happened that kind of pulled you back up into your head and it's pulled you back into this indecision energy. And it could have something to do with something going on in the third chakra. something with your confidence that might have pulled you back into this energy. What? And then I placed the indecision card on top of the fourth chakra, the heart chakra. And so I'm kind of seeing that's like, if you're in this indecision energy, do your best to sit with that heart space energy and see what you're guided to do from that space. And that's going to really help this indecision energy. And then we've got the second chakra. So we've got, oh, okay, we've got the second, third, and fourth. So this is the sacral. This is the seat of pleasure. It governs the reproductive organs. It is associated with sensuality and also creativity. The color's orange. It sits between the base of the spine and the belly button. Um, so is that part of this indecision? No. Is that saying, is there a blockage? Okay, nope. I'm picking up that this is in association with this connection. Um, they're definitely okay. I was just being reminded of the Lights Out song. So there is a very high level of sensuality with your person. Um, yeah. And then we've got the temple path. And I feel like this is coming through to remind you to stay on this temple path. Stay on the path back to self, the path of self growth, the spiritual awakening path, whatever you want to term it. Um, really do your best to stay on this path, because on this path, this is where it's like I keep hearing life of your dreams. This is where the life of your dreams lives. And maybe something happened that kind of bumped you out of alignment a little bit. And I'm really picking up like an overthinking energy. And yeah, if that's the case, you're really being guided to shift back into that heart space, focus on this, on that, that temple path, and allow yourself to kind of shift back into that energy. Pull yourself back into alignment, shift yourself out of your thoughts, and then see what you're being guided to do. And I understand this is really hard to do sometimes on this journey. Um, it's yeah, especially, when you come into communication with your divine counterpart, it's likely that it's probably going to trigger some wounds that maybe you thought were healed. Um, and it's just another invitation to go a little bit deeper. And so just remember that. So if something like that happened and it triggered like this, I'm being shown this third chakra and I'm hearing worthiness wound. So if I'm laughing because I really resonate with this today. Um, if something happened that pulled you into this energy, do your best to shift back into yourself, back into your own energy, kind of clear and cleanse yourself, pull your energy back into your body, and then focus on that heart space and then go from there. Okay. What else? This is an interesting message. Okay, we've got contract. And is this talking about soul contract? No. Okay. So what I'm actually picking up from this, oh, and it kind of fell out on the broken heart. So for some of you, I am picking up that there may be a situation where maybe your counterpart is in another relationship, like a long-term relationship. And if that's the case, I'm really getting this energy that I just heard it's coming to a close. So if that part of the message is for you, just know that. Obviously take that if it resonates. That's not going to be for everybody, but um I just heard for those of you that this is for, you're going to know. that this is for you. So definitely take that if it resonates. For others of you, this contract card is just coming through to let you know that there is a soul contract with your person. And that's part of the reason it feels so intense. Just oof. And it's a soul resonance. And then so it's kind of that like soul excitement that happens. And then it's like, okay, take a breath, bring it back. All right, don't get stuck in your head. And and I do resonate with this. So I'm sending you all the best on this journey because oof. Um, but it's exciting. It really is. And then we've got the happy family card, and it came out on the caring connections. So you do have the possibility to have this happy family with your person if you so choose to. It is here for you. And you're being guided to take a leap. Okay. We're getting to the tarot now. Okay. I just heard we're getting into the tarot. So let me shift some stuff. Okay. I had to make a little bit more room to go through this deck. Okay. And then I'm being told to look at the bottom of the other. So let's see here. Okay. Okay, we've got the fifth chakra. That's the throat. That sits like at our throat. The color's blue. It's associated with communication. It also deals with truth. And I feel like you're being called to communicate your truth. Um, so yeah, just take that as it resonates. But I really do feel like you're being called to communicate your truth when it comes to your counterpart. And this is going to be on both sides. I feel like you both are going to be speaking your truth to each other very soon, is what I just heard. And we've got the angel of love. So you do have the angel of love that is assisting this connection right now. Just remember it is a divine connection. Um yeah, okay. Let's see what's the tarot out for us. Woo! Did a little trick. We've got the Empress and the Hierophant. That's saying for some of them, the feminine is in a committed relationship. For some of you, your feminine might be in a committed relationship. If that's the case, it's not a deal breaker. There's more to it than there appears. Take that as it resonates. That might not be for all of you, but that is the main thread of energy that I'm picking up right now. Okay. We've got the Hermit and the Star. I'm a motherfucking star. Okay. Anyways, we've got Judgment, the Moon, Two of Swords, and the Chariot. Okay. Okay. So, what I feel like you've been in hermit energy, and you're getting judgment. So, it's like you're getting, okay, I'm being told to read it. But there's like this journey. So it's like something hidden is going to come to light, which is going to lead to a decision, and you're going to be guided to take action. The chariot energy is that forward action, that determined action. Yeah, this is that energy of like once you set your eye, like once you, I just said eyes, once you set your mind to something, you're gonna do it. And so I feel like that's the energy you're really shifting into. And for some of you, you've already made that decision. Something was already shown to you, something already came to light. For others of you, this is something that will be coming to light soon. I'm not picking up like a betrayal or anything like that. It's just like an extra element to the situation that's going to illuminate something, and there's going to be a decision point for either one of you or both of you, and then you're going to be taking swift action towards it. And then we've got the Star. You're in star energy, or you're about to be a star. You already are. Okay, anyways, what was I being called to read? Judgment, that's right. That's right. Okay. Forgiveness, acknowledgement, and integration. Okay. So it's talking about it asks, what are you afraid of revealing or discovering? And then it's asking what shame, hold on, I gotta make sure there's no nudity. Okay. What shame or guilt do you carry? What ordeals have you endured? Um, what does the path beyond pain and fear look like for you? Ooh, I do feel like there is an element of forgiveness that has either happened or is happening in this connection. For some of you, what's happening is forgiveness has already taken place within, I feel like both of you, and then you're going to come to a point where you communicate and then actually hear that forgiveness from each other. And so again, that's going to be for a few of you. Just take that if it resonates. Okay. And then so the star is talking about freedom, hope, and patience. What burdens do you need to put down at the moment? Does it cover it? Okay. How can you find hope? What do you have to look forward to? What reassurance can you give yourself that the difficult thing you're facing will pass? What is guiding you through the darkness? And when I said that, I saw this image of a feminine holding a light and then a masculine walking towards the feminine who's holding the light. Oh, that was a really cool visual. Okay. And then the Empress. This is divine feminine energy. So whoever it is, I feel like this is really coming through to let you know that person that you're thinking about that I'm talking to the masculine right now, the person that you're thinking about is your divine feminine. And then I feel like that goes both ways, but I feel like the feminine is more confident about it right now. It's like words are doing a thing. It's like the feminine knows. The feminine's in the energy now of they know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're their masculine. Something happened for the feminine that confirmed it. And I just heard today, which is really, really interesting. Um, so the feminine knows it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I feel like the masculine might still kind of be wobbling and not 100% sure, but I'm being told that you're going to find out very, very soon. You're going to get the confirmation that you're seeking very, very soon. Just make sure you continue to listen to that guidance when it comes through. Because I feel like you're going to be guided to communicate something that is really going to let you know that this indeed is your feminine. And then that's going to open up a whole awesome sauce level of conversation. Just like get the awkward, you know, initial, hey, how's it going out of the way. And then it's, deep diving from there, which is awesome. Okay, Ace of Skins, that's the Ace of Wands. And I just heard Passion Stick, so I'm gonna leave that there. This is a very passionate energy. It is very passionate. And then we've got strength that came out, and I feel like you're being called to really embody that strength energy. I feel like that is more of a recommendation for the masculine, but that could also be partially the recommendation for the feminine too. But I really feel like this is for the masculine to pull in that strength, pull in that knowing that you are worthy of this. This is your person. It is reciprocated and keep moving forward. And that's that Ace of Wands energy as well. Okay, I'm being told to look at the Ace of Wands. Insidious. Alrighty. Whew. Yep, okay. I just got a flood of energy, so whew. Okay. The Ace of Skins is talking about will, like willpower. It embodies the will, fire, and flux of energy. Oh, that's interesting. 'Cause I felt energy rushing. Um, that might be something one or both of you have experienced recently, is that flood of energy. Especially if you're a part of the collective that has actually reached out or you are communicating with your person. it might be one of those things that when you do talk to them, it's just like a flood of energy. And that's the nature of these connections. And that's it's am I being called to talk about that? Okay. Okay. Did I get that for that? Okay. So something that's for whatever reason I'm being called to talk about. So the feminine, and I don't 100% know how it is for the masculine. I if if slash when I find out, I will let you know. Um, for the feminine to hold this energy of a counterpart, it's a lot. It's really, really intense. But it's like it's intense in a beautiful way, but it can be freaking overwhelming. So you may just, if you're feminine, that's going to be confirmation for what you're experiencing. It is literally you are being lit up from a soul level. You're gonna feel floods of energy through your body. Kundalini awakenings, activations, upgrades, all that stuff. It's intense. It's really intense. For the masculine, I don't 100% know, so I'm not going to speak on it. What I will say is if you are feeling floods of energy like that, then it's most likely normal. I would imagine that the masculine is going to feel some level of intensity when it comes to the energy because this connection is just so intense, especially at this point when you're both more awake and aware. It's different when you first meet. You're going to have that soul recognition. It's probably not going to be something that you really fully understand. It's just one of those like, whoa, this person does something to me that nobody else does. And then when you're more on, like, when you're more awake and aware of what's going on, then that energy is really able to flow. And there's like healing that's been done and so on and so forth. And so energetically, you're just in a different place to really anchor this energy in and embody it. But just know that if you're really experiencing those floods of energy, sometimes it can feel like fire is going up your back. It's intense, but it feels amazing too. So it's a really cool, wild experience. Because I'm talking about like physical symptoms and sensations, and we touched on anxiety earlier. If you're worried about your mental health, your physical health in any way, shape, and form, seek out medical professional assistance. I'm not offering medical advice. We're talking about things from an energy standpoint. All right, what else? Anything else? Oof. Okay. Oh, interesting. We've got the Ten of Dreams, which is the Ten of Swords. But something that I'm really noticing here, normally the Ten of Swords is really, it's talking about like betrayal, being stabbed in the back. Maybe there was something like that that happened in this connection, around this connection, something like that. Maybe that's something that is coming to the surface to be kind of healed and processed and integrated for both of you. For others of you though, I'm really picking up it's like in the mind. It's almost like you're just yeah, it's like that mental hostilities energy that's really coming through. So just be really mindful if you're really in your head right now. Do your best to I don't know, I think it was the video I did last night, but I'm not sure. I talked about observing your thoughts and not attaching to them. I'm pretty sure it was in the last reading I did before this one. So if you're interested in that, check that out, but it's mainly just allowing yourself to observe the thoughts rather than just attach to them and hold on to them. Just kind of take a step back and observe them, and then you can start attaching to the thoughts that make you feel better. And then you can just keep doing that and just attaching to those thoughts that feel better and better and better and hold on to those thoughts. And then that's when you're really in that aligned energy and able to really manifest things from just a different uh, and level of consciousness, like different level of energy. It's being more in that alignment with your soul energy. And then we've got the Three of Songs, and this is the Three of Cups. So oftentimes this is talking about collaboration. So maybe there's something where you are coming back together with this person to collaborate on something. Maybe you're coming together to create something, to birth something into creation, is what I just heard. So for some of you, I was just shown this happy family card. For some of you, this might be a literal birth, especially because we've got the Empress out here, and the Empress is also the energy of what births. Things into creation. And so that's literal physical life, if that is something that is on the table for you. If not, it could be something, a business, a project, an art project, a book, a podcast. Take it as it resonates. But I do feel like you two are coming together. You're being guided to come together to create something, to collaborate, to birth something into the physical. And for some of you, that is going to be like a literal child. So just take that as it resonates. Okay, pull a few more, and then I'm gonna close it out as I bend my damn cards. Right, that one. Okay, it's not super bent. We're good. Oh my gosh, the Eight of Skins. That's the Eight of Wands. That is literally the fastest manifestation in the deck. This is a tornado of blessings coming your way, and that is what you have available to you. And yeah, we've been, financial constraints is in reversed. Like there's an interesting shift that happened. So it's like there was something that happened where you shifted your energy and kind of like removed some of these blocks, but then there's a part of you that kind of went into your head about it and is kind of like stuck in your head a little bit. Okay. Ace of Dreams. That's the Ace of Swords. This is really talking about an aha moment, a random bout of inspiration, an idea. Um, yeah. For some of you, what's going to happen is you're going to get this insight that now's the time to communicate. So take that as it resonates. For some of you, I just heard deepen the communication. So for some of you, if you are in contact with your person, I feel like you're being called to take it a level deeper when it comes to the communication. And then for some of you, this is going to be, you're going to get that just like, okay, now it's time. Now it's time to communicate. Seven of Dreams. That's the Seven of Swords. Oh. mm, Okay. This is talking about illusion and misdirection. Um, okay, it says, are you deluding yourself about a truth you don't want to face? Illusion. Maybe for some of you, you're worried that this is all an illusion. And if that's the case, I just want to let you know it's not. Um, again, just in this, I've had to do this. So this is actually from personal experience. If you just think about it logically, have you ever experienced anything like this? Have you ever gotten the signs and synchronicities that are completely unexplainable about anything else? I mean, to this level. For me, like I went through an awakening and then I got a ton of signs and synchronicities, but this is different. And the other thing too is if you've been having like energetic activations within your physical body, that's a massive sign. And again, I don't know for sure how the masculine's journey is in their experience when it comes to that, like if you're in no contact and stuff. Um, but for the feminine, I can speak on this, having major energy activations. And this is something like I'll just say it. I had a Kundalini awakening, spontaneous Kundalini awakening. Um, and then I've had Kundalini activations. And this, when you're talking about this level, of activation, oh, it's yeah. And so it's just kind of one of those things like I get it. It feels so just surreal and so much like how can this possibly happening? There's no way this is real. And then guess what? I can tell you from experience as of right now, it is real. And I know other counterparts that well, I've talked to a few other counterparts. I don't know them per se, but I've talked to a few other ones that, talk about this kind of thing. And in the experiences are similar. And it's just one of those things like if you've been bombarded by signs and synchronicities and dreams and maybe waking visions, songs and hearing their name all over and seeing their face and other people for a split second, those are all, I mean, just think about, I don't believe in coincidences, but even if you do believe in coincidences, how, how many things have to happen that are coincidences before it's kind of one of those there's no way all of this can be a coincidence. I mean, because it's a lot, and it's mind blowing. It really is. Okay, we've got the Nine of Honey and the Six of Songs. This is the Nine of Pentacles. So this is financial stability. Oftentimes it's self-made financial stability. So entrepreneur, investments. This can even be just, working like a 9 to 5 and really building up your finances that way. But it's really self-built, self-made finances, and it is financial security. So this is definitely the energy that is here for you. And then we've got the Six of Songs. This is nostalgic energy. This is also that childlike energy of being able to be yourself and let your inner child out to play with this other person and just having fun in life and doing, the mundane things. This is the energy of let's have fun doing the dishes. Why does it have to be boring and a chore, Um, so there's definitely this element here for you when it comes to this connection, which is beauty miss. And then we've got the Fool. And so this is really about taking a leap. And so for some of you, you're going to be guided to take a leap. And it's interesting. I just saw that there's this big door on this card. And so for a lot of you, I feel like you're being, and this is more for the masculine, I feel like you're being guided to really allow yourself to open that door and fully walk through and see where it goes. It's almost like you're not, because we always have free will, but it's almost like you're at the point of no return. And so it's just one of those allow yourself to move through it. Your heart's leading the way. Your heart knows the way. Your heart's guiding you to this person for a reason. And for the feminine, just stay in that receptive energy. Do your best to pull out of your head, as difficult as it may be. Um, and just keep allowing, because you are helping to guide your masculine through that door by you staying there, metaphorically speaking, and just, living your life and doing your thing, but holding the vibration and being open and receptive to their communication in whatever way that is really helping your masculine. It's almost like I'm seeing you standing there is casting this glow that's shining through the door. That's like, yes, I'm here. It's safe to open it. Um and then I just saw an interesting part of that. So it's like the feminine's glowing almost with this gold white light. And then the masculine opens the door and has to take a minute to adjust their eyes because it's really bright. So that might be what's going on for some of you. Maybe you're kind of just like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that. And it's kind of an energy thing that I'm picking up on. So that could be what's going on as well. Um, and just know it's because of it's just soul level stuff. I mean, and it's so amazingly beautifully intense. And then, oh, I just saw this one. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, and this is talking about allowing your harvest to fully ripen. It's like you've been putting so much energy and effort into something, and now you're waiting for those the fruit to ripen. And so just keep doing what you're guided to do, nourish what you're being guided to nourish, and it's really going to shift into this Nine of Pentacles, which is that, you know, that's that financially secure energy. And then we've also got the financial constraints card in reverse. And so that's, just extra confirmation of you really did something to shift your financial um it's almost like you did something that helped your relationship with finances. So it's like a block was removed when it comes to manifesting money or physical resources. So good job. Uh okay. Anything else? Is that the message? All right, and then my nose is starting to do the running thing again. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're being guided to communicate with your person. So just a little extra confirmation. But okay, well, I have no idea how long this was. I feel like this is another hour-long one, but we shall see. Okay. Anyways, pull my energy back and alrighty. Well, I hope this helps. This is, yeah, it's a wild journey. Um, so if this resonates, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. If you like this message, feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel, so thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, you can hit subscribe. It is free, and I will see you on the next message. Bye.